Okay, ladies, listen up. Before we get into how we can love our husbands well in some tangible ways, I just want to acknowledge the eye rolls you maybe just gave as you started this. As wives, we usually have this extra invisible load we carry that can sometimes make marriage a bit more of a chore. We often remember the birthdays, the groceries. If you have kids, you can add doctor's appointments, class projects, and who needs socks to that list? And that is a lot. In my experience, those things can really feel urgent, but my husband doesn't. He is a grown-up, right? He can take care of himself, for the most part. But if your brain is anything like mine, it feels like a Google browser open with about 70 tabs, and he is just one of them. But just like you need love, attention, and support, he needs some things from you too. In this week's talk about how to love well, Pastor Jim gave us some specific ways we can love our husbands. I'm going to just take a few minutes to refresh your memory about what those are and how they might look. Value his work. Take an interest in his job or things he spends time on. This could also look like going to sports leagues he plays in, appreciating things he works on around the house. Appreciate his desire to protect and provide. This can look any number of ways, but mostly you're validating, acknowledging the ways he provides for your family. More than just not despairing his job or paycheck, let him know how glad you are for what he provides. This might mean thanking him for making sure bills are paid or keeping the budget, for fixing that nail that is sticking out of the deck before someone gets hurt. Appreciate his desire to serve and lead. This one can be a little tricky because often as wives, we are in charge of a lot. But what might it look like to show him that he is needed? That he is a vital part of your life and your family? Where can you ask him for help? And when he does it, let him do his thing. Appreciate his desire to analyze and counsel. Now, if your husband is anything like mine, this can be a hard one because often when we aren't exactly wanting their help, problem solving, or advising, it's still right. It can be easy in those moments to let them know they are offering unsolicited advice, but we might try instead to take their opinions to heart and see it as their way of trying to help fix something that is stressing us out. Appreciate his desire for friendship. Let him know you like him. Play with him, engage with him in things he is interested in. Laugh with him. All right, so there are 5 options here. I really want to challenge you to put one of these to work for the next few weeks. And this doesn't have to be elaborate. You may honor his need for friendship, but suggesting you play a game one night a week instead of TV. You could make a note in your phone or calendar to ask him about your work or notice a project he has been working on. You could intentionally take a problem to him and let him help you work through it. The point is that it doesn't need to be this big elaborate thing. It can be something small and intentional. If you aren't sure where to start, you might just ask your husband where he might like you to start. Just a simple, hey, this is something I want to work on. Where could you most use some extra support? Letting them in on what you're doing doesn't diminish the effort. It signals that you care about him enough to try something new to help him feel loved. Yes, at first it may feel a little like just one more thing on your to-do list, but eventually it may not. While we have countless things on our plates, it is so worthwhile to let the person we love most know that we still value them above everyone else. When it feels like something you're just crossing off the list, take a beat and pray. God is such a champion of your marriage. Ask him to keep this a focus of your heart as your energy wanes. I think you'll be surprised by what a few weeks of intentional love can do.